You guys know that test we're having in English class?
Yeah.
Alright, well,
You read the book, right, though?
Yeah.
Alright, good,
Yeah,
good. So can you guys, like, help me out with the study guide?
Sure.
No problem.
So, I didn't read the book, so can you give me, like, a quick summary of the book?
Sure. Okay. Basically, in the book, I gotta sneeze. Sorry, bro. A sneeze coming up.
Alright.
Okay.
Brad's over here, putting a feather up to his nose. So the book is pretty much about a family, living back in the day, and the salesman, the father, Willie, him and his wife, and he has 2 kids. They're like really old, all of them, the kids are like in their 30s now. They're in their 60s and all that, and then pretty much he's a salesman who's he's some garbage at selling, and he keeps having this dream, of how he's going to become the next big thing. Apparently, he didn't actually say that, but okay. Yeah, it's pretty much just him, living through struggles of being a salesman, trying to succeed in his life. And he is, is he depressed, I guess you can say?
Yeah, he's depressed.
He's very depressed, so he slowly, kind of kills himself, he takes some hits on the hospital. And then, he slowly just kind of kills himself over time, very sad.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, seems like a sad book.
Yeah.
So,
he took too many hits of the cut.
she has a question about, what Willie's illusion is. What is that?
Do you have to sneeze, or can you get this one?
I got it's the ball. It's the ball.
The pollen?
She has a question about Willie's illusion. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, Willie is the father of Biff and Happy, and his illusion is that as long as he's well liked, that he will be able to be successful. It doesn't matter on personal achievement, as long as he's well liked and he's well loved and all that other stuff, that he'll be able to accomplish anything. But basically, he's living an illusion, not accepting his reality, that he's not the best salesman, and in reality he isn't well liked. So you have people like Biff who try and bring him back to reality, and you also have people like Happy who are trying to keep him in his illusion, and you have Linda who kind of falls in the middle, in the sense that Linda actually in the beginning in his flashbacks tries to kind of bring him back to reality, saying you didn't make that much on your trip, and you don't need to go out to Alaska, you're fine here. But also she also plays into his illusion as well, because she doesn't confront him about himself trying to commit suicide. She lets him do what he wants to do. So yeah.
Alright, so she has a question about if Willie's illusion is better than his reality.
That he lives by his reality, because you look at his reality, dude, this guy is screwed. Just look at him right now, man. He's just a mess. But his dreams, he's like, oh, I'm a millionaire, look at my mansion, hey, take a look at my Lambo, boy. No, that's not happening. What's really happening is him going to his friend and be like, yo, $20, and then he's like, I got a job for you, and he's like, nah, and he just, so, ask yourself that.
I do agree with Albert on that. Himself, I feel like Willie should rather live in his dreams, because as you saw at the end of the book, when he's confronted with his reality, he commits suicide. So Linda was kind of feeding into his illusion for a reason, because he's really mentally unstable, and also as he said before, in his reality, he thinks that he's always going on business trips and making money, but then, as Albert said, he goes to his friend and he goes can I borrow $50? And he's like, I got you, bro. So that's how it all goes down. I still think, yeah. So his reality is so full of bad stuff that it's just better for him to just keep living in his mind.
So Willie's just like really struggling with that.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the whole point of the book. His struggles through himself choosing reality or choosing an illusion to live in.
So I think it was do you think people in real life choose to live in an illusion like Willie did in the book, or reality?
Most definitely people choose to live in an illusion. Like, for example, let's say you have a child. Your child, let's say, has, ADD or ADHD. Something that can easily be fixed with medicine and by doctors and stuff like that. They can give you some prescriptions for it. Some people just can't accept the fact that their kid, has something, I won't say wrong with them, but there was like a complication with them. Like there's something different about them than the other kids. Kind of like same thing with parents who have kids with autism. Like there's nothing wrong with kids with autism. They can be just fantastic kids, but they do require some special attention. They require some more care than people without autism. But some parents, they just can't accept that their kid has this, so they choose to live in an illusion where they don't take care of their kids, they don't give them the help that they need. And it doesn't even have to be like on a medical standpoint. Like let's say your kid's like failing math, and your parents will just be like, oh, maybe you're not trying hard enough. Well, maybe the kid just needs help in math. Instead of blaming him by saying he's not studying hard enough, you could be giving him a tutor instead. So I think that things would be a lot better if people chose to live in a reality than an illusion. So yeah, people do choose to do that.
Okay, so you think this is justified?
Well, I mean, I thought that was very deep, from the heart. Like that, Brad. Yeah, I'll definitely agree with him. I mean, people, they just can't accept what really is, what they're seeing. Is that the pollen for you?
Yep. Keep the show go on.
Keep going.
I'll try to keep it going when you're over here. Like.
Alright, at least we don't have to do the first part over.
Right.
Oh no, we're still keeping this
We're
part. I
keeping
want
this.
people to see what I just saw. Now,
No.
Mr. Too Much Paul, are you good?
I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right.
Yeah, do you think this is justified?
I think it is justified because, well, I mean, Brad just put it all out there for you. I mean, people need to face the fact what is true and not just, pretend as if everything, is, fine in some cases when it's really not. So
I think in the majority of cases. wait, let me back up for a second. I think in the majority of cases that mostly I do believe that you should live in a reality instead of an illusion. Like, it's better, we would get a lot more things done and things would get fixed a lot easier if we do choose to accept what's happening rather than just ignore it and see it like it's not happening. Kind of like a good example is global warming. Like, even though it's been approved by 99%, you know what, I'm not going to start a political show. So you can just edit, you can edit that part out.
good. I was anyway without your permission.
All right. When it comes to is it justified, for some people, I feel like you should, for most of the time, I think you should live in a reality. Of course, we'd get a lot more things done. But for some people, living in an illusion is the only way for them to, stay alive, give them reason to live. You may be, living in a dumpster, eating dirt, all that other stuff. If you accept a reality, you're going to say, wow, my life sucks. I have no reason to be here. So, but if you live in an illusion, that things are okay, things are going to turn out okay later on, then, that helps you live, that helps you get by, that helps you survive. So I believe in some case-by-case things, living in an illusion is good, but I think overall as a society we should be living in reality.
All right, Josh.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, guys. I'm going to take this test right now.
Go get him, partner.